Five-Star TV.
I am Mama C, and today I am with Anthony Montgomery, aka Abstract the Entertainer. He is an actor, artist, and director, as well as a philanthropist and a very busy man in general. Yeah. Welcome, Anthony.
How you doing? How you doing today? How
nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm excited for this interview. I've been looking forward for this. Thank you.
And whereabouts are you calling us from?
I'm from Philadelphia. I'm from Philly, 215.
Big up, Philly. Yeah. I have a lot of family in Philly, actually.
Oh, for real? What part?
I have no idea. I don't.
Yeah.
Sob story alert. Let's get past that. So you've just finished and released your debut film, which you directed yourself.
Yup, mini short. It's called Zombieland. Yup. So I was the writer, director, and producer. So basically, it's a mini film, mini sci-fi film. It was about 7 minutes. That was my first film I ever put together. It was a great experience. I learned a lot. To do a little film like that, you wouldn't think it's a lot of work, but it really is a lot of work. From the costumes, I did the costumes, and I hired the whole crew. DP. It's a whole process that goes behind it. The film came out pretty good for my first film. So I'm excited to keep writing. I'm a director, screenwriter, actor, producer. So
and what got you into this sort of field?
So I've been doing this. I've been acting for a long time. I've been acting in music. The arts runs in my family. My dad, he's an artist. He's a singer-songwriter, a reggae artist, or dancehall. But so I always had the passion for acting. But like growing up, my mom, she never really knew how to put me into the arts. She never really knew like which way to go. So I started doing theater in high school. I started doing musical theater and things. I think about in 11th grade. And my passion for acting just grown from there. So So for the past year or so, I started pursuing it 100%. I dropped out of college. I was in college. I was in my third year of college. Dropped out and I moved to New York. I just started pursuing it. I learned a lot as I was going. Mm-hmm. So what inspired me to like start writing my own scripts and like start filming my own work is because I don't like waiting for people. So like I go by this motto, like if Hollywood don't open the doors, I'm gonna knock it down. I'm gonna kick it down myself. So So one day I think I was watching Walking Dead and I was like, I could see myself, playing in some type of film like this, like some sci-fi, something like that. A little sci-fi. So let me write something.
You should write the end of Walking Dead because it's absolutely terrible. Yeah, it's like never ending.
Right.
When is it gonna end?
Yeah, I would love to be in that writing staff, if I had the opportunity. But, I wrote me a little, a script, sci-fi about, something real small. Like, it goes around, it evolves around, like, a zombie apocalypse. And, I met some crew out in New York, when I was in New York. I met people, but, I was networking out there, so I met my DP. A DP is like director of photography. He the camera guy. Just randomly met him in New York, Times Square one day. And my assistant director, my man's named Dave Fitz. I met him on set in Brooklyn at a production studio. And he's my assistant director. He kind of like showed me the way because he have his own production company. Right. So so I brought everyone together and we shot the film in August. Everything went great. A lot of my friends helped me. They was playing the zombies and everything.
Yeah.
Yup.
That's good that you had support like that.
Yeah. I had
bring
support.
It all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How many months did it take to make? So it's a 7-minute film. How long did that take to make that?
Actually, it was pretty fast. It was about a month. I said, I'm gonna do it this month because I needed some work. When you're pursuing acting, you need something that's called a demo reel. So a demo reel is something that you use to pitch yourself to managers, agents, or to casting directors. If you don't have a demo reel, they don't know. They want to see your work. So if you don't have that demo reel, you can't get hired or you can't get signed to a manager or agent. So I said, I need some work right now. So I wrote up a little script, 7 pages, about 7 minutes on screen. And I saved up every check, and I was doing security, I work security. So I saved up every check that whole month, saved up every check, and by the end of the month, I had enough, the budget, because like in 7 minutes, it's still a lot of money to shoot that. So I shot it in 1 month. I had my acting coach, Christopher B. Duncan. He was reading over my script and telling me like you should fix that. He basically prepared me for the role. Shout out to him, Christopher B. Duncan. He's a great actor. He's actually he co-starred right alongside of Jamie Foxx at the Jamie Foxx show. So he's a great trainer. He got me ready for the role. And, the whole process I learned a lot. Going on to that process, I just learned a lot. Like I learned a lot about filmmaking and acting. So like I saw what I needed improving. Like once I made the film, I saw my mistakes and I saw where I was really strong at. So like going into my next film, it really did prepare me. And I know I was wearing a lot of hats. I was producer, director, writer, but I think that will really help me. I think that really helped me because I learned a lot from that experience. And juggling all them jobs, I think it really helped me. And it made me, and it's making me become a better actor. So
it makes you appreciate what goes into it because people, once a film finishes, they leave, but those credits go on for a good 20 minutes. There's a lot of people that are involved in making these things, and I think it gets overlooked, and it's very admirable that you wanted to do it and you saved up the money and you went and did it yourself. You're not waiting for any handouts, and I think that's quite important for anyone who wants to make it in this industry is to just get out there and do what you love doing.
Exactly, that's true. And I think that's the Philly in me too. It coming from Philly. We like to hustle, and we like to get it by any means necessary.
But that's where I get it from.
Right.
So you started off doing music, and you had a single called "Hello" in 2017.
Yup, Hello.
And another one in 2018 called "The Weekend."
So
what have you been doing with your music since then? Is that on the back burner, or is it still a passion of yours?
Music will always be a passion of mine. I will always love music, and that's my number one passion is music. But over the years, probably the last couple years or so, my passion for music business slowly faded away. So, I want to make that clear. There's a difference between music business. There's a difference between music business and just having a passion for music. I didn't like the business. I didn't like the business behind music, the music industry. But I still love music. I sing every day. I still write music. But it's more like a hobby, But I didn't want to pursue a career in music business. But I still love music, I'm still doing it. But I do aspire, to hop back in the booth and record to release some music. But for right now, I'm just focusing on show business, acting, directing, writing. But no,
So can your fans still expect the Party Mix EP? Or is that just not?
Yeah, no, I'm not working on no project right now. Yeah. No, I'm not working on no music project at the moment. And it's really crazy because like if you've been following me, for a long time, you can see like how I transitioned. You saw the transition from like music into like strictly acting. But yeah, I really do aspire to hop back in the recording booth and release some music later down.
And then outside of that, you have been working on projects that are a lot more charitable based.
Right.
And you recently gave 100 people a Thanksgiving gift.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah. So last year was my first annual Thanksgiving drive. I run a foundation called I Thought About You Foundation. So if you go on Instagram, you can follow the charity. It's called I Thought About You Foundation. So basically, I was inspired to do that because the holidays can be a tough time, and actually, well, Well, actually, that I always had a passion to giving to people, but it wasn't until I visit Rwanda last summer, 2019. I visit Rwanda, and Rwanda's a great country. Africa. I think every black person should visit Africa one day. But I was just inspired to give back when I was in Africa because they got the good parts, then you got like some of the parts that are in need, and so yeah, that would inspire me to start my charity called I Thought About You. So basically, last Thanksgiving 2019, I did 50 meals for the homeless. I did 50 meals for the homeless. I went throughout Philadelphia. I cooked all the meals myself, and I passed them out in Kensington. So if you're not from Philadelphia, Kensington is a part of the city. It's like a drug epidemic, if I said that word right. So it's like there's a lot of drug addicts that live on the streets and everything. Kind of like Skid Row in Los Angeles, if you know what that is. So so this year, I hired a catering company, and I didn't have time to cook it. And I distribute 100 meals. And shout out to everyone that helped me put that together. I had a few people that helped. They lent some money to the fund. But I thought about you. I just want to, giving back is important. It's not all about chasing your dreams. It's not all about, trying to buy your mom a house. That's good and all, but you got to give. I think in order to get blessings, you got to be a blessing. So like I'm really big on that, and I just wanted to set an example. There's a lot of people that look up to me, so I just want to promote positivity and giving back. And then, some I don't know why giving back gets like a bad rap. Like if you post a picture of like giving back, because I think we need more pictures of people giving back to our communities because that will inspire people to give back. The more we give back, it'd be a better place.
People will feel bad about it, and that's why they'll be like, oh well, you're just putting it up there because. Yeah,
right.
Exactly that. I know exactly the lashback people get when they try and promote these types of things on social media.
And it's kind of, I really don't get that. Some people, it's like they cherish materialistics. They'd rather post a new car or the jewelry or the trip they got, but they have a problem when you post, charity events or giving back. So yeah, I try my best to, put that type of energy in the world, because, that's just how I live, It's not all about me. It's like what you could do for society as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then how do you balance your sort of charity work with your creative projects and then also generating an income to support all of this?
So my charity work, I try to get like 2 events in every year, but I just do what I could do, because it is a lot trying to like juggle everything, because like, I work too because, I got to work. That would keeps the bills going. And also, if you're an artist, you actor, rapper, singer, whatever, you need a budget, so like, yeah, so like I try my best to juggle everything, and at least my goal is at least get 1 philanthropy project done each year. So, it's tough juggling everything, but, I try my best. Shout out to my friends that do help me, with the charity events and everything. Because I got a lot of support this year. So, yeah, with the 100 mils, I got a lot of support. But, it can get hard when you put your own money to it. But, I just think that's where the passion kicks in. If you're passionate about it, you're going to do it. Mm-hmm.
And you're going to make it happen. And has the pandemic affected any of your projects in any way?
Yeah, actually did. The pandemic, it did because, I had a few other things planned for the year, but the pandemic just messed it up. So, that's why this year I only had 1 philanthropy project. That was the 100 mils for Thanksgiving. But in the future, like next year, I'm going to do 500 mils. Yeah, I'm doing 500 mils. Me and my friends going to do 500 mils. And I also want to try to get like a Christmas, I want to do something for Christmas, toys, give toys for the youth and all that. Because, I think the youth is the future. So, yeah, so that's something I'm trying to put together. You know, that's gonna be a real ambiguous goal right there. A toy drop. I want to do a huge toy drop. So, but yeah, that's what I got planned for the future.
That sounds amazing, and it definitely inspired us at Firestar FM to give more, and we've even started putting little ideas together of projects that we want to do based on what you did. So thank you for inspiring us as well.
My pleasure. My pleasure. That's what it's all about. You know, inspiring each other. You know, to do good for the world. You know.
Yeah. Are there any obstacles that you have faced with the charity stuff or within the acting world? You know, as a black man in these industries.
You said challenges. What that I face?
Challenges or obstacles or mentalities that might have even been, you know, pushing against what you're doing.
You know, I think every day. You know, I just think every day is a battle, especially when you're trying to do the impossible. You know, being a black man, first of all, in Hollywood, it is very hard. You know. Because, you know, there's not a lot of representation on television. And what I'm trying to do in my career, you know, is, you know, the type of roles I want to do with acting and type of projects that I want to be a part of is like, I wanted to be like on an international world, you know, level. Because, you know, it's like a black Hollywood. Like, you know, Atlanta, Georgia, Tyler Perry Studios, you know. Tyler Perry is a credible guy, great success stories. Like, he made it, you know. And but I think it's bigger than like Black Hollywood. You know, I really wanna touch like I want to touch Africa. Like, I want to touch Jerusalem, like Israel. Like, I want my work in China. You know, I want my work all over the world. You know, and that's gonna be hard, especially being black, because, you know, they just don't give a lot of black people roles. And so that's why, so that's like an obstacle. So like that's why I go by that motto. Like, if Hollywood don't open the door, I'm gonna kick it down myself, so that even if I gotta make my own projects. But like, you know, it's a challenge every day, you know, waking up, you know, and just telling yourself, you know, it's going to work. Like, all the hard work you're putting in, you know, it's going to work in the future. You might not see it right away. You know, you wake up and it's just the same thing. Like, you're working hard every day, but you might not see no progress. But so it could be a challenge. Just keep staying motivated, and like then you got like life issues. You know, like you might have some issues going on in your home, or you might be battling some mental issues, and yeah, you know, it's a lot of roadblocks. You know, it's all type of roadblocks. We all can name it. You know, but
so what advice would you give to up and coming artists, musicians, people who want to get into the industry? What advice would you give them, you know, when it gets really hard?
When it gets really hard, I think it's important to know your why. And I think that's important for anything you do, not just show business. It's important to know your why. You know, you got to know why you're doing what you're doing, because if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, you won't be motivated to reach that end goal. You know, it's like one of my whys is just to inspire the world, inspire the youth. You know, I want to show the youth that your dreams do come true if you work hard, stay dedicated, and have faith. So even though, you know, I'm getting hit with roadblocks, I know my end goal is to inspire the youth. So I must keep going. Like, I got to keep going to show them that it's possible. So you got to have a why. Once you have your why, you know, you got to follow up with the hard work, you know, determination, and you just gotta have that. You just gotta just be an optimist, and like, you gotta be willing to kick the door down. You know, you can't wait for no one, and like, and knowing your why, that would keep you motivated, even if you don't see no progress.
That's really good advice. What up-and-coming projects do you have now coming up to the end of the year and going into 2021?
So for right now, you know, I'm not, you know, I can get a new project anytime, you know, if my agent send me an audition. So right now, I'm just waiting for some more auditions from my agent. and it's up to me to book the role. But besides the work that my agent gives me, I wrote another script, another short story. It's called Yusuf Ali. So that script is based in the 70s, and it's about it is about the civil rights movement. It's a drama made up. It's a fictional story based around true events. And it's about this activist named Yusuf Ali. And he's the opposite of like peaceful protesting, and he got like Malcolm X type of philosophies. So that's an interesting story that I wrote, so I'm planning to shoot that in March, start that production in March. And that's all I have for right now, But I'm working every day, new ideas, new stories. But Yusuf Ali is the next project that I want to produce.
So just to bring our interview to a close, what is your favourite Christmas song?
Oh, my favorite Christmas song. Oh, wow. It probably got to be this Christmas, the Chris Brown version. Yeah. Oh. Yup. All right, you know what? No, let me take that back. Feliz La Vida.
Feliz Navidad.
Yeah, I don't know if I said the word right, but yeah. Yeah, that gotta be my favorite Christmas song right there.
Amazing. We'll definitely have that playing afterwards. So if you could just finish off with giving us your Instagram handle and any ways that people can get in contact with you or see your work.
My name is you can follow me on Instagram, Abstract Entertainer. And and from there you can find all my social media. So Abstract Entertainer. You can follow my foundation, my charity work, on Instagram. I Thought About You Foundation. Everything one word. Yup, and that's where you can find me.
And it's all there. If you'd like to get involved with any of the charity projects that Abstract the Entertainer has, you can follow him on Instagram. That is I Thought About You. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us today.
Thank you.
And here comes Feliz Navidad.
Thank you for having me.